What's up, people? Hey, tonight I want to go into what I see in my mind as I've read all this stuff over the years. And it, this universe, this planet is like a machine. It's a birth machine. And it has like two bracelets. Like in the book of Ezekiel, he talks about the wheels of Ezekiel, wheel inside of a wheel. It kind of looks like that to me, and it's based on time. Okay, so when Enki set up and they separated the skies around the earth based on the stars into 12 portions, and these portions are called houses. Okay, so you got Aquarius is the 11th house, Capricorn, you know what I'm saying? These are all houses, all of these, all the way through. And in each house, it lasts for 2,150 years, okay? This is the big bracelet on the outside. I want you to imagine above your head, you're looking out, if you look up into space, you see this big, as far as you can see with your eyes to the earth, you see a big bracelet that goes around, and this thing has 2,150 year increments, almost like a 26,000 year cycle that the sun has to go through. So as the sun is moving, like we're in Pisces right now, we're almost at the end of Pisces, which Pisces is your 10th house, okay? We're in Pisces and we're at the end of Pisces. This is what people keep saying to themselves: we're living in the last days. And it's these 2,150 year increments are called ages, okay? So we're living in the age of Pisces, okay? And what we're going into is, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius that's coming. It's a 2,150 year cycle, okay? And something always happens or something controls each cycle. Like Enki, so that they wouldn't argue over who would run the earth at specific times, they all took a 2,150 year cycle that they would be the leader of, okay? In Pisces, who we know as Jesus, is the leader in Pisces, okay? And that's Pisces is represented by the fish. And if you see on the back of people's cars, they have the fish, which represents Pisces, which represents Jesus. You'll have the fish with Jesus in it. Okay, come, I will make you fishers of men. Okay, that is the whole book of Pisces. That's the whole age of Pisces, I'm saying. And Pisces is a time, industrial age, an information age, all the stuff comes in. The next age will be Aquarius, which is, I'm an Aquarius, and I was born at the end of the age of Pisces and at the beginning of Aquarius. And that's why I have all this information, okay? And I just look at the evidence of why things happen. You know, not to say I'm special or anything like that, because there are other Aquariuses too. And there are other Pisces. Pisces are like very intuitive people. When I think of Pisces, I think of big blue eyes, mermaids, dreaming. Pisces are like that. They're dreamy type beings, water type beings. Gnomes, things like that. Aquarius is the age of meditation, calming the mind, understanding that you are a soul stuck inside a body. That's what Aquarius is. And 11 is being the 11th house. And the symbol 11, there's a lot of people, there's a thing called the phenomena 11. Look it up on YouTube, where people, I've been seeing it since 2007. Everywhere I look, it's 11. Every time I look at the clock, it's 11:11. It's 1:11. I see it all the time. Whatever I look at, I see 1:11. I can just check my watch and I'm like, dang, it's 1:11. Sometimes I send Erin, my wife, pictures because I look at my clock and it'll be 11:11. I'll take a snap and I'll send it to her, because we're going into the 11th house, okay? And it's telling you that it's coming, okay? So these are things that you don't have to have faith for if you understand what signs to look for, if you understand what's going on. So if you look up into the skies and you picture this 2150-year cycle, you got almost 26,000 years that the sun makes its course around a certain point. So the sun is like a binary star. It has a star that the sun actually goes around. Okay, it has a center that the sun goes around, but it stays in each one of the houses for 2150-year cycle. But every year, as we go slowly through this cycle of Pisces right now, there's the moon, the sun. A planet goes around the sun, every year through a smaller cycle, a smaller bracelet on the inside. So you got this big bracelet on the outside that are 2150-year cycles, and then for 2150 years, for 2150 times, the Earth is going to go around the sun that many times, okay? And things happen as the Earth gets closer and closer to leaving one age and going to another age, okay? So like I said, Jesus was the leader in the age of Pisces, represented by the fish. If you go back the age before that, it was the ram. And you know the scriptures that were on the earth at that time? Rama Krishna, Rama Krishna. And he ruled that age. Okay? If you go back before Aries, which was the ram of God, which is Rama, which is Krishna, you're gonna run into Taurus, the bull, which was the sign of Egypt and the sign of Moses when they made the calf and it was the time of Enlil. Enlil ruled in that time period in Mesopotamia, and he was the god of mixed with Enki, the god of Israel. Okay, they're a mixture of the two. Okay, so every 2150 years, someone was designated to rule at that time so they wouldn't have to fight. And I'm believing that because Yah said he's going to come back in the age of Aquarius, I think the age of Aquarius is Enki's time, where Enki's is his turn to rule. Because the Bible talks about, if you look into what's supposed to happen during the age of Aquarius, is the whole book of Revelations. The whole book of Revelations is written in Aquarius. If you read about what Aquarius is and what the time frame for things that are supposed to happen in Aquarius, and they say in the year 4100 we will not have to speak anymore. Okay, and it's like a clock. It's like this thing is on a clock, and the hand has come all the way around, and it's going to the 11, which is at the top of the golden age. Okay, so we're about to go into that time period, and we're going to go boom right into Capricorn. Okay, so we're coming out of Pisces, we're going up into Aquarius, we're going to go to Capricorn, then back around down to Sagittarius, Scorpio. So these are all ages, and there's an enlightenment that comes in the upper parts, like from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Those ages that are in the day, and you got, and in Hinduism they call it Brahma, Brahma's day and Brahma's night, where mankind, as you get past the 3 o'clock, mankind worsts in dialect. They waste away in their because they're so far away from God. So this is a cycle that we do on the earth, that mankind does, and we're living at a precious time right now because we're getting ready to go into a new age. We're living at the age. So all the people that your grandma, your granddad, all were talking about, this is the age that the end of times. And the end of times is not because the earth is forever, okay? But it's the end of time, the end of the age is what they mean. It's not the end of time, it's the end of the age. And it was like, oh man, it's the end of times, we better prep and get ready. And that's what, it's already inside the people to know, but you don't know. Because Enlil in the Bible told you not to look into the stars. Because he said that we already know too much. We procreate, we became knowing, we know that we can live, we have a conscience now. And he didn't want us to be as deep as the Anunnaki. But we can be. And we'll get deeper into that and how you can be the godlike person that you're supposed to be if you read your scriptures right and if you know where to look and what to do. Okay, but I want you to understand that there are two bracelets and they're turning the opposite ways. You got one bracelet that's going this way, which is the 2150 year cycle, and then you got a bracelet that's going this way inside it that takes 2150 years for that to move. So it moves a little quicker on the inside, but it's moving slowly through that 2150 year cycle, okay? But the earth is turning 2150 times as it comes through and gets to the next age, okay? And what happens is, if you can pause this thing, if you with your mind can stop the two bracelets, boom, children are born, okay? And children are born in the age of Pisces, when the sun is at a certain place, when the moon is at a certain place, when the stars are at a certain place, and the 2150 year victory of the earth around the sun happens and it stops. I want you to stop that in time, and boom, people are born, okay? And their birth is according to the stars. And when you are born, you are so special to God that he gives you one of these, okay? You get a fingerprint that is only yours, okay? That's how he knows you from everybody else. Can you believe there's over 7 billion people on this planet right now, and every single person has a different fingerprint? It's a geometric pattern. It's a numerical calculation of when this outer band, this outer bracelet, and this inner bracelet that's turning stop in a moment of time, and you're born at a longitude and a latitude. So you're born in a particular city to a particular family. And when we get into Hinduism, it's a lot deeper. It's a lot deeper than this, okay? So I just wanted to talk about the bracelets. If you can picture that in your mind and show you how you were born into this earth, and there is no mistake about your birth, okay? That you were born at a specific time, specific place, to a specific family, and you chose who you're going to be born to. You get options before you come here, okay?